Yeah, guys, we back with another one. And today, got to talk about James Harden and some of the things that's going on with him. Now, there's been a rumor by Eric Pincus today saying that Daryl Morey, despite everything that's going on with him and James Harden, he's going to extend a max deal to him, which I believe that's just a rumor. It would be wild for him to do that at this point for James Harden and his value. It ain't like he's bargaining with any other teams that's going to come back to bite you. It's literally, how can we get rid of James Harden at this point if I'm a GM? But we got Mad Dog Russo cooking James Harden. We got Kendrick Perkins going in on James Harden. He brought up some good points. You've made hundreds of millions under Daryl Morey's leadership. So even if there was a misunderstanding or a breakdown in communication, this man is solely responsible, for you getting the money that you've gotten in your career. We've seen guys perform and be undervalued, but you've been overvalued in your career. Let's just keep it real. Your points and the way you scored and just the ball dominance and all that, you appear to be better than you actually were your entire career. To some people, I never was on that train that James Harden is just by far and away the best two guard in the game. You know what I'm saying? Just based off his style of play. But he was talented, no doubt. Let's check out what they had to say, and I'll be back with more commentary. Let's peep.
James Harden is tripping right now. He's tripping. You went and you criticized and you called out a guy, a friend, that value you more than anybody in the league. James Harden has everything to lose, and if he's not careful, he could possibly be out the league after next year. Because here's the thing: trust. You can't trust him. He's been disgruntled for the last 4 out of 5 years with the Rockets, the Nets, and now the Philadelphia 76ers. And the NBA don't need him. The NBA don't need anybody. They move on from old superstars. They have a bunch of young superstars coming in every single year that could replace them. The league moves on. James Harden has everything to lose.
Should the Sixers want Harden back?
Absolutely not. I mean, this guy is poison. Now, listen, Morey's not Red Auerbach. He's no big-time GM. His reputation precedes him. He's never gotten to a championship final, NBA final. He's very overrated. But the idea that James Harden now is going to be dictating, this is a guy who got himself out of Houston. He ate himself out. He didn't want to be there. He got himself out of Brooklyn because he got sick of that situation. Was in Vegas when they were getting ready for games. And now he wants out of Philly. If anybody wants Harden on their team, they are absolutely crazy. He is a poison pill. The idea that he is some big-time NBA player is a myth. They compare him to Jerry West and Kobe Bryant. You need your head examined. The way they play with him pounding the basketball is very difficult to watch. And he's one of those guys who plays well one game, like he did last year against Boston in the postseason, and then comes back the next game and does absolutely nothing. To me there, Stevie, I wouldn't want him anywhere near me if I was a professional organization, because he is not a winner. I feel very strongly about that. He is not a winner.
He struggles to play with a lot of other people. I think he plays best with someone like KD when they're together. But again, he didn't win anything with him, and he is one of those guys that's here today, gone tomorrow, and it's his style of play. He doesn't get any easy ones. So when your whole game is about isolation and what you can do for yourself, no offensive rebound putbacks, no backdoor cuts, no working out the post really, but just really seeking fouls all game. And you just leave it totally in the ref's hands how your game's going to go. You're going to have those real high highs and those real low lows. And those low lows are going to take over in the playoffs when they allow more physicality to seep into the game. Kendrick Perkins said he may be out the league, and that's what I'm thinking. We see like some of our favorite players of all time, when it start to go different for them, we start to see the writing on the wall for Melo. When they felt like he couldn't buy into the team construct. they only use you for a star for so many years. The guys that play a real long time, other than like LeBron James and them, they kind of go more into a role, and they're very strong in a role. So they're able to, I don't want to say dumb their game down, but reinvent themselves in a way where they still bring some of the skills that made them who they were, but just in a lesser capacity, and they do it at a high level. And I think James Harden thinks he's that guy still. And he hasn't been that stat stuffer that he was since Houston. And I was trying to explain to people that it was overvalued then. He's good, but he's not as good as his numbers say he is. And just so people won't think I'm hating, he had a game where he went 2 for 19 from the three-point land. You know what I'm saying? There was a point in time, guys wouldn't take 19 threes in 10, 15 games. So for him to shoot that many and miss that many in one game, I knew his stats were inflated, and, you know, he just had jurisdiction to do whatever he wanted. He had the green light to just go ham. You know what I'm saying? And so that took away from it from me. He didn't have to be super efficient, none of that. He just could shoot literally every single time he wanted to. And that's just not winning basketball. And that it makes you appear better than you actually are. Now, Harden, he could find himself out the league. Somebody brought up something interesting earlier. They said they love him so much in China. Why won't he go there? His wine bottles, you know, his wine sold out in 5 minutes. Or he sold 10,000 bottles of wine in 5 minutes. The people in Hong Kong absolutely love him. Just that whole Yao Ming Houston connection makes every star in Houston after Yao endeared over there. So, and he has a good relationship with Yao too. Harden does. So, yeah, man, I don't think he's a player. But I haven't thought he was a player you just go out and get for years. I thought Philly was stupid for doing it, thinking he was going to be that guy. I thought Brooklyn was stupid for doing it. Harden showed you who he was in Houston come playoff time. So I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. And I remember last summer they said he took a pay cut, he took less money. So now we're finding out exactly why it was that he quote unquote took less money. It was because he thought he was going to make more on the back end now. And Morey was like, you know, take less, I'll take care of you. Harden thinking he going to get all his money back. Why would I have you take less now, you know, diminishing, like you're diminishing returns every year. Why would I have you take less to turn around and give you a max after underperforming? So logically, Harden needs to think there's something logical to business too. If you're not producing, I'm not just paying you off of word of mouth or what you not giving me. I done got you hundreds of millions of dollars. You became a superstar under my leadership with the Rockets. I rescued you from Brooklyn. So I've done a lot of things for you. And evidently you don't like this last thing. So you know what? This is crazy to me. I blame Adam Silver, though. They just had a whole collective bargaining agreement. And I thought it would be tougher. I thought the players would have to not load manage on national television games. I thought these guys wouldn't be able to sit out and not play. Or if they sat out, they're forfeiting the money that's already owed to them. But none of these things came true. And I think it's absolutely insane. But he's a weak commissioner in my opinion, man. I don't like that dude. And that's why a lot of people were saying with the Ja Morant suspension, it was just a slap on the wrist. We're going to see more and more behavior like this. Guys not wanting to play. Guys feeling disrespected after making hundreds of millions of dollars and just refusing to show up. Because Adam Silver don't have a backbone. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.